Hey everybody, welcome. We are here with Fitz and the Tantrums. Fitz, along with us.
Hi everybody.
Katy and Josh from Mix 100, JKJ in the morning. And first of all, just thank you so much for taking time to chat with us today before your show.
Oh, my pleasure. We're in a botanical garden.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice day today.
It's beautiful.
And it's not 100 degrees today. I mean, it's like, but I also heard most humid day in
17
history.
years.
In 17 years.
Yeah, it's pretty humid.
I love that for a performance outdoors.
Exactly, right?
That's great for me.
Clouds and songs, what could be better?
And sweat.
Yeah. Well, and
Lots of it.
we were talking about your tour and whatnot, and you're back here in the Mile High City, and we were chatting off air. Actually, Noelle, part of your group, like she is from Denver, right?
She is. She was born here, and she lived here till she was about 6 years old, and then her parents took her West Coast.
Okay, so she did go to the LA side with you guys. But you haven't had much time, I guess, to get your wits about you, but can you do any fun Colorado things? Have green chili or hike a mountain?
I don't know about this time. I mean, we played Red Rocks so many times, so that one's, it's easy to get an amazing nature hike in. I love hiking. The hard part, the crazy part about touring is there's so little time to do anything else. We pull up here at 9 in the morning and we'll be driving to the next city by 11 o'clock at night. And we have sound check, interviews, and then it's such a physical show that I literally will just go take a nap after this just to store up the energy.
So I did want to ask you, you did talk about your Red Rock shows and how many times you've played here. That is a bucket list for so many artists that come to Colorado. That's like the place to play. I want to get a little behind the scenes here. I've never been able to go through the guts of that place, but I've heard so many stories. How cool is it? And was it kind of a bucket list for you to play that arena?
Oh, I mean, 100%, you know. I mean, I'm a huge U2 fan, and there's the iconic
Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you know. So I had that since I was a child, seared in my memory. So I don't even know the first time we played there, maybe in 2010, opening up for somebody, but that was my first experience being there, and it was incredible. I mean, just standing on the stage, looking up with the rock formations at night, it's lit up. Underneath is wild too because the catering is there, but there's also the rock formation that's coming right next to your table. So you're inside the mountain. It's just a cool venue all around.
Yeah. We like to go there, and we live here, so we try and make it out there as much as we can. So we get it.
I understand why.
We get it. Talking to Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums here, and I am so inspired by your story because I was reading that the band didn't even form until your late 30s, and then you didn't get your record deal until after you were 40. I also got my dream job in my early 40s.
Love it.
And I just tell us.
Here's to us late bloomers.
I know exactly, and talk about that. Never giving up and always giving it your all.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it has been a really crazy experience. For a good 10, 12 years, I busted my butt. I had so many different bands, couldn't get arrested, couldn't get even a record guy to like listen to the thing I had sent him, let alone get him to see the show. So I had a deep well experience of what rejection felt like. And there was multiple times in my life where I just said, you know, I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle this rejection or waiting for somebody else to give my life the green light. And I would put down the dream, kept picking it up over and over and over. And when the band finally came together, it was coincided really with the moment where I found what I thought was my authentic voice, where I wasn't trying to sound like anybody or make my voice sound cooler than I just said, okay, I'm a belter, I'm a crooner, this is how I'm gonna sing. And lo and behold, that's when things started to take off. You know, you're right, we didn't get our first record deal till I was 42 years old. And it's been a crazy experience to have that success a little later in life because I feel like I have such profound gratitude because I know what 10, 15 years of no's and empty rooms and nobody giving two you-know-whats about my music. So this experience has just been so humbling to me to get to do it, and I just have a deep appreciation for it. I do not take it for granted.
Well, I want to talk about then you guys making it, and one of your biggest songs out there for over a decade now, I believe, Hand Clap. Like that song has been played everywhere around the world. And specifically, when you are at like baseball games, football games, hockey games. I know they play it at the Denver arenas here in Colorado, the Nuggets, the Avalanche, and the Broncos. When you're writing a song like that, do you have anything like that in mind? You're like, I want this to be played at sporting events? Or is it just something that you're like, you know what, that's really cool, not necessarily what I wrote it for, but cool, like add-on, add feature, you know?
Yeah, I don't think for a hand clap specifically that's where I thought it was going. I knew within 3.5 to 4 minutes of starting to write that song that we were onto something. And it's so crazy because you could spend days, weeks on a song, and then sometimes the musical gods give you something quickly. And that song was written top to bottom in 15 minutes. And by 7 minutes, I knew it was a special song. I didn't understand how it would take off as a sports anthem because you're right. It's played in every sports arena, everywhere, every game almost. So that's been an amazing experience to see that. I think after that fact, I've definitely written a few songs being like, this one could be, I could see this one. But that was only filtered through that experience of having seen a song take on a life like that.
Yeah, well, and I just want you to know when I hear that song come on in the arena, it gets me fired up every time, right? So
and I
much
feel like
energy.
we've taught a lot of people rhythm with
You
that song.
have.
Because you'd be surprised, we make the audience do all the claps during that song live.
Yeah.
I still watch some people. I'm like, oh,
On the one and the
my
three,
poor
what are they
friend. I don't
doing?
know if you'll ever get it.
We don't get to that point.
Yeah, I know. You taught them.
so
Well, and that's the old, classic stuff, but you've got this new music. I mean, Man on the Moon just debuted on Friday. You've got to be so proud. The entire album is amazing. Tell us about that. Like, what was the inspiration behind those songs and that part of Fitz and the Tantrums journey?
Yeah, I'm so proud of this record. It's our 6th studio album, which is already incredible. Most bands don't last that long. This is our 6th album, our 17th year of touring together as a band. And I think that just so much has changed in the last few years in the way that people listen to music or introduced to music. When we're talking about hit songs and stuff, once you have, because Hand Clap was at least our 3rd single. It was a lot of pressure. Yeah. A lot of pressure every time to make another song. Where's the radio single? You have all the powers be. Once you hit this level of success, anything lower than that is going to come off as a failure to the record industry or whatever. So there was always so much pressure. What's the radio song? And I feel like just the way things have shifted with TikTok and stuff, all this social media has changed the landscape so much that there are no rules anymore of what is a hit. People can't tell you. It's being democratized. People are deciding because somebody loved this one obscure song, put it on a little video they made. People resonated with it. They kept reposting it because they love it. And that's what's generating that. So to me, when I went into making this record, it was like, oh, all the rules are out the window. I don't have to deliver any expectation of whatever label wants or whatever. I'm just gonna make a record how I want. This record, I would say, is more subtle than a lot of records. It's not going for the pop jugular at every moment. There's a lot of vibe moments. And that was a super conscious decision in this record. And Man on the Moon's the first song. I just love that song. It harkens back to a lot of our early influences, some of that Motown stuff coming back in. You make enough records, and it always tends to come to a full circle moment.
Back to your roots, right?
Well, it's like U2. They made all this stuff, and then it was like, and then Beautiful Day was back to the beginning.
That's such a good.
That's still my
I
last
love that
favorite
analogy.
U2 song ever.
That's awesome. Well,
But maybe because it reminded me of the early albums like Boy and War that I fell in love with.
Totally.
We talk about the album Man on the Moon. One of the other songs that I just fell in love with the minute I heard it was Ruin the Night. So tell us about the inspiration of that, because I know Man on the Moon is the lead single, title cut as well, but you're going to play that on radio as well, right? Like Ruin the Night.
Oh,
It's the next
absolutely.
one. It's got to be the next one.
I hope so. It's not always up to me to decide. It's the world, the universe. A lot of times you can get a big placement in a commercial or something, and that will set a spark that inspires the label to want to take it to radio. I mean, it's a variant of things, but I love that song. That song was the first song that we released to tease the upcoming album. And it was very consciously chosen because it wasn't that big pop juggler song. That song's like kind of more understated. It's mid-tempo. It's
That
got
Motown
a
that you were talking
groovy
about,
bass
yeah.
line and stuff. It's it's got a little bit of Gorillaz vibe. It's just not like an in-your-face song. And that was a very conscious choice to let people know that this record was going to be a little bit different of a path than they're maybe used to.
I love that. I love the Gorillas poll too. That's great. We're going to wrap it up with 2 questions. We like to have a little bit of fun here. And for me, my question that I always like to ask is, you guys have been touring for 17 years, I believe you said, which is wild. What is like the funniest kind of fan interaction, maybe something said to you or something thrown on stage? Like, what's something that has stuck out to you in all your tours that you've been on that you're just like, that is the weirdest thing that has happened to me? Good or bad? I guess it could be bad too.
I mean, definitely the first time I walked out, because my hair used to be black and I'd have a white swoop
Yeah, the
because
stripe,
of
yeah.
premature gray, but it wasn't fashion, it was just gray, premature gray right here in the front. And we used to wear like skinny tie Motown suits, with the skinny ties, which was, P.S., impossible to keep clean on tour. And we walked out on stage in Seattle at the block party there, and there was a guy dressed as me. He had like done his hair, dyed it, was wearing my suit from the album cover. Like, I was like, whoa, this is a weird experience. Like I'm not sure I like it. I mean, flattering, but like also stalkery. I don't know, but it's cool. It's a little scary.
Yeah, it's not a costume show, right?
No, that's the thing. It was not even Halloween.
But flattering, as you said. Okay, and then my question I like to ask is, when you get up on stage and have fun, like no rhyme or reason, you're singing karaoke, what song do you pick when you get up on that stage?
Oh, my go-to is Careless Whispers.
Way.
I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We hurt each other with the things we want to say.
Oh, you
I sang it much lower because I'm in vocal rest mode,
Yeah.
but it's way up there.
Oh, yeah. They got a show tonight, Fitz and the Tantrums at Denver Botanic Gardens. It's sold out, so I hope you got your tickets. But thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for
We
such a great
appreciate it.
interview. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.